Hello everyone, welcome to your stretch recovery based yoga flow today. Really focusing on all that hard work you've been doing in our workouts. We're going to kind of dial it down, stretch our bodies so that we can perform a little bit better each time, right? So we'll begin in a seated position. And again, my name is Leah, and it's always such a pleasure and honor to practice with you. So thanks for joining today. Let's go ahead and begin settling into our seated position. Now bring your right leg in front of your left. We'll bring that leg in. Okay, wait, I'm going to start over because I forgot something. Okay, so cut from here on. Thanks, Mark. Okay. Hello everyone, and welcome to your stretch recovery based yoga flow. My name is Leah, and it's always such a pleasure and honor to practice with you. So thanks for showing up again. I see you guys. I see you on Instagram. Thanks for following at Heal with Leah. Thanks for reaching out to me, especially Stephanie. I see you. Thank you. Let's go ahead and begin in a seated position, cross-legged, easy pose. Let's bring with our right leg in front first, coming into a grounding position to settle into our space. Allow your sits bones to connect. You can even soften or close your eyes. Let's take 3 rounds of breath together as a community, as a tribe. Breathing in through your nose. Deeper inhale, fill up. Exhale, audible exhale, let it all go. Noticing yourself decompress just a little bit more. Breathing in, fill all the way up to the top. And then once you think you can't fill up anymore, take one more sip of air. Exhale. Settle in. One more time, breathing in. Feel your chest lift, your belly rise, shoulders even lift. Exhale, let it all go. All your worries today, let's just let those go for the next remainder of practice. Breathing in, let's roll our shoulders up towards our ears. Exhale, back and down. Breathe in, roll your shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, roll it down. Again, breathing in. Exhale, let it go. You can soften or keep your eyes closed, really checking in with your body today, noticing how do you feel showing up on your mat today. Pause, let's roll in the opposite direction. Noticing any aches, any pains with just awareness, mindfulness. Rolling our shoulders for our final round, bringing it back to a nice settled, easy pose. Breathe in, reach your hands high up overhead. Exhale, hands down. Cultivating a little heat within our body. Breathe in, reach our hands high up overhead. Exhale, bring it down. One more time, breathe in high. Exhale. Right arm comes across your body, shoulders stretch. Wherever you're at, just make sure your left hand is not on your elbow. It could either be forward or back, your choice. Now notice something. Are you squeezing your shoulder towards your right ear? If you are, all you have to do is exhale, drive it down away from your ear. Pulling our arm just a little bit more across our body. Noticing if you're slouching or sitting tall, try to expand through your spine. Pull your arm a little bit closer towards the back wall or back of your space. And release other side. This time your left arm comes across. Pulling, and notice if this side's a little tighter, a little looser, a little different. And that's okay, right? We're not the same symmetrically on each side all day, every day, right? Bringing a little bit more pressure by pulling our right hand towards the back of your space, letting your left arm cross your body. Relax your left shoulder, breathe into it. A lot of times we tend to hold our breath when we hold poses. Rather than holding your breath, breathe into it. And release. Arms come by our sides. Breathe in, reaching high up overhead. Exhale, hands come down to our knees. We'll take some body rolls, body circles, bring your chest towards the front of your space and back. Option to take these at your own pace. You can move slow, you can move quick. Warming up, really dive forward, send it back, reaching your chest forward, rolling back. Last one in this direction. We'll pause. Other direction, so other clockwise, the other direction you're going. Again, remember to breathe. Inhale, exhale forward, breathe in. Last one, big circle. Coming to a nice neutral spine, sitting tall, breathing our hands high up overhead. Relax your shoulders. Now start to reach forward, 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 hinging at our hips. Bow forward. Now, if this is as far as you can go, that's great. If you want, you can wiggle your hips back just a little bit, scooching hip bone back. Reach forward. Exhale. Hands can come all the way down. Round gaze towards your navel. Now, this may look or feel different to each of us. We have all different ranges of motion on here, so just find and meet your body where it's at. So if you're just here leaning forward, that's perfect. You just want to feel the stretch within your hip flexors. You can walk your hands a little bit more forward and then gaze down, look towards your belly. Melt into this. And again, if you've stopped your breath, that's a cue to your body to just dial it back a little bit till you can breathe in and out. Breath is a signal to our body that we're okay. So continuing the in and out, steady flow and out. That allows you to go just a little bit deeper. 2 more rounds of breath. See if you can find space on your inhale and allow yourself to dive deeper on your exhale. Last breath in and release. Inhale, walk your hands up towards your legs. Now our right leg stays in front, left leg sends out towards the left, so a half extension. Hug your right knee in, left foot or right foot towards your left thigh. Settle into this. Breathe in, sit tall, exhale. Right hand comes behind your right hip. We'll drive into our heels and our knee, lift our chest. So this is a modified fallen star. Reach back, fingertip to left toe, expand, find space, reach. Exhale, hips come back down, left hand plants, right hand rainbows up and over, tapping, if you can, your left toe, otherwise just reach. Now, rather than folding forward to a back, we're going to open up to a side stretch. So I want your side body from hip all the way to shoulder to hand to open. Ready to move through this, flowing at your own pace. Rainbow back up and over. Press into your right hand. Lift your hips. Send it tall. Exhale, come down. Breathe in, reach. Hips high. Exhale, sweep it down. 2 more times. Exhale. Last one, breathe in, send your hips, really press your hips forward, exhale, bring it down. Beautiful, back to center. Switching sides, right leg out, left leg in. Settle into this again. Left hand down, right arm reaches up, press your hips high, reach. Now we're gonna take this first round slow. Right toe to right fingertip, create a long line, open through your chest, create space, press your hips forward, exhale, plant your right hand, sweep your left. Remember, side body stretch rather than rounding down. Keep your chest open towards me, beautiful adjustments, shoulders open, reach further. Beautiful, look at that. Now we go flowing through it 4 times. Exhale, breathe in. Exhale. 2 more. Reach. Last one. Back to center. Hug your knees in. Roll forward. Tabletop pose. Uncross your legs. Tabletop, start to just move through some gentle cat-cows, rounding, gaze towards your navel. Inhale, look up, cow pose. Exhale, round and curl, just 2 more. Last one. Neutral tabletop is where we'll meet. Right knee back, right leg back, bend your knee, hip circles right side. Right knee draws down, backing up, rounding through these hip opening circles. Notice your weight. Are you leaning more into your left hand? See if you can bring your weight to both hands equally, leveling your spine and hip. Last direction, rotate in the opposite direction. Rounding, whatever direction you were going, just take it in the other. Inhale up, exhale down. And final one, back to the top. Keep our knee high. Listen carefully, this is a little tricky. Right knee comes to the outside of our left knee. Find the ground, perfect, just like that. Center your arms, send your hips back. Toe heel your feet out wide, tops of your feet to your mat, and then send your hips back. Gaze in towards your navel. A little modified cow face pose. Breathe, send your hips back just a little bit more. Inhale, back up. Unwind, right leg back in. Tabletop, left leg sends high. Hip circles left side. Again, here's your opportunity to notice your weight distribution between your palms. How can you create a little bit more equal pressure? Does that mean pressing more weight into your right hand or left? Pause. Let's turn our leg in the opposite direction. Breathe in. Exhale down. Last 2. Opening just a little bit wider. And 1. Leg high. Left knee to the outside of our right. Find the ground. Beautiful. Adjust your hands nice and level. Toe heel your feet out wide so they're sticking out further. Send our hips back. So from the front, I'll just demo. Your feet are out wider. Hips back. Now take your gaze. Look towards your navel, rounding in your back. I'm just moving around. You stay there though. All right. Hips back, breathe into it. Now, I like to imagine it like that Chinese finger trap. You know, when you stick your fingers in the trap and you pull really hard, it's tight, right? But when you relax, it's able to loosen and soften. So imagine that in this pose. The tighter, more restricted you are, the less ability to stretch you have. So try to loosen and soften. Go back further. Walk your hands back. Up, knees unwind. Cat cow to just adjust. Breathe in, exhale. Meeting in a tabletop pose. Curl your toes, send it back, downward facing dog. Now the goal in our down dog is to create chest towards our thighs to create a V shape from hip socket down, hip socket to arms. Now, if you need, you can lift your heels. You can also bend your knees to create that V shape. Pedaling out our feet, drop one heel and the other, gaze back. So try your best not to be looking around. Soft neck, soft jaw. Soften your brows. Breathe, pedaling out our feet. Find a nice neutral down dog. Lift your right hand. Pressure comes into your left arm, but keep your chest straight and center. You're not peeling or falling to either side. Right hand comes to the outside of your left ankle. Now keep level to the ground and then peek and gaze out the window of your left side body. Twisting and rinsing. Gaze through the armpit window of your left side, continuing to press into your left ankle to rinse your spine. And release. Other side. Left hand comes to the outside of your right. Peek through the window of your right side body. Rinsing, twisting. Inhale with length. Exhale, deepen, twist. Breathe in. Exhale, release. Down dog. Inhale, gaze to the top of your mat. Tiptoe or heel toe, walking your hands to meet your feet to your hands. Hang heavy, ragdoll pose. Let yourself hang just a little bit more, bend in your knees. Ragdoll pose is more of a low back release because we're bending our knees. That gives tension to release in our low back. So generous bend in your knees is perfect. Allow yourself to gently roll yourself all the way up to standing. Slow as can be, shoulders back and down. Option to keep toes together, slight gap in your heels, or your feet can be hip width distance apart, your choice. Breathe in, reach high, mountain pose. Shoulders again, relax. Exhale. Mountain pose. Settling into our space, hands come to our heart center. Left leg becomes behind our right. Curtsy, take it down. Hold your curtsy. Breathe in, keep your legs where they are. Reach our hands high up overhead. Right hand down, cross leg stretch. Through our left side body, we're feeling this. Reach, expand, shoulder open, but not a back bend. Again, it's a side bend. Exhale, inhale. Breathe in, hands high. Exhale, hands come down to heart center, curtsy, sit low. Breathe in, back to mountain pose, hands high. Exhale, hands to heart, right leg comes behind, sit low. Breathe in, reach high, left hand down, right arm reaches, side body stretch, right side. Now you can play with it, lifting up onto your ball mount of your back toe. Bring it down, reach just a little bit more. Exhale. Inhale, hands come back up to heart, high. Exhale, hands to heart. Breathe in, launch yourself up, high mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, find a strong halfway lift. Lengthen your spine, create space, vertebra by vertebra. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands, step it back, downward facing dog. One more time through that same sun A. Breathe in, gaze up. Exhale, step, walk to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, rise, high mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart, left leg behind right. Curtsy. Breathe in, side body cross-legged stretch. Breathe in, reach high mountain. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, back to mountain, leg steps together. Exhale, hands to heart. Curtsy. Breathe in, reach high. Side body stretch. Inhale, high mountain. Arms. Exhale, curtsy. Breathe in, reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let it all go. This time it's a forward fold, lengthening our legs. So rather than a bend in our knees, we'll try to straighten our legs. That's more hamstring stretch. Option leaning forward and back to the ball mounts of your feet and back. Breathe in, roll yourself all the way up to standing. Hands come to our hips. Right leg's in front, left leg steps to the midpoint of our mat for a pyramid pose. Both toes forward. Back foot can be just slightly at a 45. Hips forward. Breathe in, reach tall. Exhale. Start to hinge at your hips. Hinge, hinge, hinge. Reach forward, forward, forward. Soft to micro bend in your front knee. Now again, make sure your hips are level. Come down, come down. Pause here if this is enough. Otherwise, you can start to round over your extended leg. Plant your hands. Gaze inward. Now, creating square hips by driving and drawing your right hip back, left hip forward. Option, you can lift your toes, driving into your heel. Feel the stretch a little bit more through the backside of your leg. Let your head relax. Drop your ball mount of your toe. Engage through your core. Flat back. Hands come to hips. Strengthen. Rise yourself all the way up. Peel yourself open to the side. Rotate your feet parallel to the short edges of your mat. Walk it wide. Modified Skandasana to a Skandasana. So everyone together, we'll bring our weight into our right leg lunge. Lift your left heel. Shine your left toes to the sky. Pressing into your right side body. Opening up through your adductors on your left side. Sit a little lower. Hips go back. Rather than bending your knee forward, check something out. Make sure your front knee is not over your toes. Hips go back. You can see your toes. Knee and ankle in a line. Hips back, sit back. Other side, shift. Beautiful. So this time right toes are up, right heel's driving down. Again, look down. Can you see your left toes? Knees not over them. It's back like you're sitting behind you in a chair. Let's just alternate right and left. Stretching through our inner thighs. Hips are back. You can start to move your arms however you feel. We're starting to lower into a full Skandasana. So lowering down, pause, walk yourself across to the front, pause, full Skandasana. Option, you can keep your foot planted to create more stretch. Toes point towards me, towards the front. My knees are cracking. You hear that? Okay, bring it forward. Option to bring it into a revolved twist each side. One more time. Last one to the front. Wide-legged forward fold. Walk yourself to center. Hips high. Fold forward. Option to plant your hands to your mat. Hands can come to the outsides of your ankles. Notice something. Start to lift your inner arches. Peel your weight to the outer edges of your feet. And then rotate. Shift your weight to the ball mounts of your feet and back. Just notice forward and back, and then land forward. Hands can come, or you can start to walk your hands back. Whatever you're doing, just make sure you're relaxed. Final breath in. Let it all go. Walk our hands back up. Halfway lift, wide forward fold. Engage your core, strong core. Hands come to our hips. Flat back, rise up. Beautiful. Open up, warrior two. Extend your front leg, reverse triangle. Pause here. Now notice it's not a back bend, side body stretch. Reaching back, slight bend in your front knee. Press to the outer edge of your left foot. Reach back, high. Exhale. Cartwheel your hands down, plant your hands, frame your right leg. Send your right leg high. Scorpion pose. Bend your knee, hips stack. Now again, remember when I mentioned keeping equal weight in your palms? That's where we'll bring this again. So if you've noticed you're dumping into your left hand, bring some weight into your right hand. Guide your right heel just a little higher. Hip high. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Breathe in, gaze up. Heel toe. Walk yourself to the top of your space. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, let it all go. Breathe to rise, high mountain pose, hands up overhead. Exhale, hands to hips. Other side, left leg's in front, right foot steps
to the midpoint of your mat. And now listen, you can bring your back foot just a little bit to a 45 or dead forward, however feels nice. Hands to hips, lift tall. Exhale, start to hinge forward. Now a slight bend in your front standing leg, not a full bend, just barely micro bend. Hinge forward, hinge forward. Pause where you need, find more space. Exhale, fold all the way down. Hands frame your left foot. Allow yourself to relax and melt into this. Notice, where's your mind? Notice, are your thoughts outside of the space? How can you collect your thoughts, become a little bit more present into this practice? Final breath in, exhale, lengthen, deepen. Lift up to a halfway lift, lengthen your spine, engage through your core, hands come to your hip creases. Rise up with strength, pressing into your back heel, lift yourself, rotate open, wide stance to the right. Skandasana, we'll start with the raised, so your weight comes into your left hip, right heel drives in, right toes lift. Sit back, remember, gaze down, see your toes. Other side. Left toes are shining up, hips are back into our right seat. Alternate side to side. Beginning to lower your hips each round. Lower, even becoming to plant your hands down. Full Skandasana. Now you can lift your toes or drop your toes forward. That'll create more stretch through your hip flexor, your abductor. I like to imagine like you're crawling through the jungle. Find some primal movement, option to reach and twist. 2 more rounds each side. Again, my knees are cracking. You know I need this. Last 1. And forward. Back to center, wide-legged forward fold. Hang heavy. So again, in this wide-legged forward fold, let your head hang, rock to the ball mounts of your feet and back. Lift through your inner arches. Let your head, your shoulders relax. Soften your jaw. 1 more breath in. Exhale, fall a little deeper. Hands come to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Engage through your core, hands to your hips, rise up, flat back. Peel forward, warrior 2. Lengthen your front leg, reverse triangle. Press into your left side of your back foot. Again, try to square your hips towards the right, hand high. Exhale, cartwheel down. Left leg's high, scorpion pose. Bend your knees, stack your hips, peel open to the left. Equal weight between both palms. Chest falls just a little deeper. Relax your head. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Breathe in, right leg high. Exhale, bend your knee. Bring your right knee to your right palm, half pigeon. Settle into it. Back toes uncurl. Shoelace side down. Pause in this pose just for a moment before you walk yourself down. Peek over your right shoulder. Make sure your back leg is nice and straight and long. Center. Now, if you want, you can start to hinge forward. Walk your hands down, sleeping pigeon. Intense hip opener. You're always more than welcome if you have blocks or anything to place underneath your right hip. Since I don't have a block, what I like to use is my fist. So my right fist, I'll put that into a fist and I'll put it right under my right hip just to support myself and then fall forward. This is your moment, your time to relax and unwind. You've already allotted yourself this time to be with us during this video, so let yourself be a little more present. Rather than the things that you're thinking about you have to get back to or you got to do today, how can you just let that go? Put a pause on it, shelf it for later, be more present. Your breath is an excellent way to do that by breathing in. Exhale. No, everything is going to be just fine. Gently start to walk yourself up. Palms plant, chest lifts. Left hand plants. Sweep your right arm back. Capture your right foot. Gaze over your right shoulder. Now, if you can't necessarily grab for your foot, just try to guide your foot inward. Peel back, quad stretch. Drop your right hip if it's popping up. Unwind. Hands come back, curl your left toes. Right leg comes high, shake it out. Half pigeon, other side. Left leg lifts. Left knee to left wrist. Extend your right toes now before you drop down. Peek over your left shoulder this time. Take a look at your right leg. Make sure it's nice and straight and even. Then you're more than welcome to walk yourself down. And again, if you want to take a little life hack of the fist, you'll take your left fist this time. Place it underneath your left hip for support. Go a little deeper. Again, this side is a little different than your other. Be present and patient with yourself. And if you have stopped your breath, that means you've gone just a little too far for yourself today. So peel it back. This is more than enough stretching up in this pigeon pose. You're doing excellent as you are right now. So honor yourself and be easy on your body. And if you are not onto your palms, walk yourself up to your palms. Right hand is your base. Sweep back, lift your left arm, capture your right foot, this time the inside arch or just your ankle. Moving into this quad stretch on the right side. Peel yourself open. Again, if your right hip or left hip's popping up, guide it down. You'll feel a little difference. You notice that? Pull it in, sit a little taller, unwind. Hands come down. Curl your right toes, support yourself. Left leg lifts, shake it out. Down dog, walk it through to a seat. Sit to your sits bones, legs extend. Breathe in, reach our hands high up overhead. Exhale, reach forward and falling over your extended legs, forward fold. Now, again, our mobility is all different. So if this is as far as you can be today, right here, that's enough. That's beautiful. Let your chin tuck, round your head down, gaze towards your navel, letting yourself just roll forward. You can support yourself with your hands. A good indication that you have tight hamstrings is when you're sitting completely like this. If your knees are lifted, that means you have tight hamstrings, which means this is a perfect place to be right now, right? So let yourself breathe into it. I know sometimes it can be uncomfortable. Use your breath signal to your body. I am okay. I'm healing. I'm helping my body by stretching. We'll hold this for 3 more breaths. Toes can be engaged up. Ankles are engaged by flexing your feet up. Unwind. Walk yourself all the way up. Right leg comes in. Right ankle on top of your left thigh. Find a nice little spot there. Sit tall. Forward fold with a figure 4 leg. You can use your right hand to press your right thigh down. Continue to flex both feet. Hinge forward. Two more rounds of breath. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Rise up, plant your right foot to the outside of your left leg, hug your knee in towards your chest. If you want to take a twist, right hand down, left hand up. Exhale, left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Rinse and twist, gaze back. As you breathe in, find length by sitting taller. Exhale, rinse and twist deeper. Unwind. Extend your right leg, left side. Same thing, other side. By pressing your left hand into your left thigh. Avoid just your knee, more like above it. There, perfect. Keep your feet flexed. Sit tall, hinge forward. Continuing to press down. And if it feels right, you can round into it. Inhale, exhale. We are so close to being finished, so just enjoy these last couple moments together. Rising up. Stamp your left foot to the ground, hug your left knee in. Stay here if you want, otherwise left hand down. Right arm reaches tall. Exhale, right elbow to the outside of your left. Rinse and twist. Notice if you're slouching, how can you lift and twist? So breath in lifts you, exhale twists you. Last one, lift, twist, unwind. Shake it out, rolling to our back. Knees hugging, hip circles. Other direction. Drop your feet hip width distance apart. Now, toe heel wide edges of your mat, knock knees. So we'll bring our knees to tap. So from the front, your knees are wide. Just tap in. You'll feel it. Stretch. And just pause. Concerns or worries you and your mat. Just here, now, present. One hand to your heart. Exhale, let it go. Lift your knees, toe heel your feet to touch. Soles of your feet together, knees out wide, Supta Baddha Konasana, like a butterfly on the floor. You can even flutter your legs. Your low back surrenders. Belly rises and falls. If you would like, this is where you can remain for at least 10 breaths. Otherwise, you can hug, bringing your hands to your knees, hug your knees in, hug your knees, rock them side to side, and then release Shavasana. You can stay in your Supta Baddha Konasana or your Shavasana. 5 more rounds of breath in. Settling your mind. Don't get it up. Be here with your body, your breath. The hardest part of practice is stillness. So see if you can challenge yourself for these next 3 inhales. Letting it go. Last breath, 2 inhales. Your final breath in and out. Remain where you are. You're more than welcome to stay in your Shavasana and really absorb and be with yourself. Otherwise, rise together and sealing our practice in. Hands to heart. Thank you so much for being a part of the TerraCore tribe. We see you, we honor you, and thank you so much. I will see you next time. Namaste.